Hi everyone, it's Mike from realresultsforrealpeople.com here. Excuse the noise if you can hear it. I'm just by the tennis courts. It's the quietest place I could find to do this because I'm not going outside because it's wet. So excuse the noise of balls being whacked from one end of the court to another, but that's where I am. So, okay, so I asked for questions that people wanted answers to in terms of their fitness and fat loss questions. And I've got three common questions which I think will help, the answers will help a lot of people. So the first question I got was, what exercises can I do to get rid of fat rolls on my hips? It's a question that I get various forms of on a regular basis. How do I get rid of, what exercises can I do to, or what foods can I exclude to get rid of food on my belly, on my hips, on my bum, all these kind of things around my neck. Lots of people ask very similar questions. Unfortunately, the answer is you can't decide where your body drops body fat from. So if you want to drop your body fat levels in any particular area of your body, you need to drop the overall fat percentage of your whole body. So continuing on your body fat reduction journey is how that's going to happen. Your body is predisposed to carrying body fat in a certain place. You know, people have very different shapes. You know, you've heard of like apple-shaped people and pear-shaped people. So some people carry their body fat a lot more around the backside. I personally carry mine around my tummy and my lower back. The traditional 43-year-old spare tyre, that's always the last place for me to drop body fat. So basically the answer to it is you can't decide where your body drops body fat from by excluding foods or doing certain exercises. Just continue doing great work on looking at what you eat and increasing your exercise and activity levels, and drop the body fat, and your body will look after itself. The second question is, how do I get better at press-ups? It's another question that I get quite often. And the first thing I would say is the way you get better at press-ups is by doing press-ups. And the way you measure whether you're getting better or not is versus how you did last time. So don't compare yourself with other people. It's about improving yourself and improving your own performance. So I would recommend, if you're just starting out on press-ups, try a full press-up, but make sure that your form is perfect. So you want that straight line between your head, your hips, and your heels. You want your shoulders above your wrists, and you want to come all the way down, keeping that elbow above the wrist at all times, and you want to come all the way down into a full press-up and then back up again. Now, if you can't manage even one press-up, that's fine. Do the same technique but onto your knees. So take some of your body weight away from the exercise and do them on your knees. If you are doing these at a time thing as part of the HIIT workout, and you know you've got to do 30 seconds of press-ups, if you can't manage a full press-up, then see how many you can do in that 30 seconds. Next time you come to do it, see if you can improve the number you do in that 30 seconds, making sure that you're doing full range of motion all the way down, all the way back up again, and your form is perfect. Then once you get stronger, you will be able to do even one full press up. Again, make sure your form is perfect, you're doing full range of motion. There's no point in doing loads of tiny little push-ups like that. It's not going to help anybody. And so once you can do one, that's great. You do one and then you go back to your knees for the remainder of the 30 seconds. Next time you do it, I want you to get to 2 or to 3, and so on and so forth. That's how you get better, is because a push-up is quite a complex, quite a compound exercise. So it incorporates loads of muscle groups. So you're going to engage your core, you're going to bring the front of your shoulders, your chest, your triceps, loads of parts of your body are getting involved. So there's no embarrassment about not being able to do a full press up. It's pretty it is a pretty advanced exercise, and it incorporates a lot of muscles that in everyday life you don't use that much, because it's a massive push technique. Okay, so that's the answer to that one, is get better at press ups by doing more of them, and by progressing basically improving on what you did last time you did push-ups. The final question is basically from somebody who's on my From Sofa to So Fine 8-week online fitness program. Someone was saying, I'm not seeing the fat loss results I was hoping for, and I'm struggling with motivation because I'm not seeing those results. The first thing I would say is that at the point you're at in that program is 3 weeks. Okay, the 8 weeks is designed. The Sofa to So Fine program. The 8 weeks is designed to bring you from sedentary up to regular exercise. Okay, it's the beginning of a journey, if you like. It's not the start and the end of it. So I would say be patient. 3 weeks isn't far into it, but I would encourage you first to look at the benefits you are seeing first. So if fat loss isn't happening as quickly as you would like it to, we'll come on to that in a sec. But firstly, I'd like you to look at the things you are noticing. So I'm getting a lot of messages from people saying they're feeling fitter, they're feeling stronger, they're feeling happier, they're not as tired, they're not as bloated, they're not as lethargic. Loads of really, really cool benefits of regular exercise. I've had people who've had fibromyalgia, and I can't say that properly, but that and weak wrists and things, and there's loads of like improvements in people's health and in people's conditioning coming already just after 3 weeks. So I would encourage you to kind of note down all of those things. If you are on the 8 weeks From Sofa to So Fine program, then a great way of looking at your improvement is to look at your wall sit challenge on a Tuesday and your plank challenge on a Thursday, and have a look at the times and how they're improving. You'll notice that your quad and glute strength is improving and your core strength is improving, and there's a really clear evidence there in terms of your timings on that. The second thing I want you to encourage you to do is it's only 3 weeks. This is 3 weeks of an 8-week program, and the 8-week program is really only the beginning of your full fitness transformation, if you like. So it's only 3 weeks. So a great way of illustrating how soon into something like this 3 weeks is think back to the last time you were the shape you wanted to be and the shape you want to be again. So was that 6 years ago? Was it 6 months ago? Was it, when was it? I'm willing to bet a lot of money that it's much more than 3 weeks ago that you were the shape you want to get back to. So that just illustrates that, if you've taken 6 months to get into the shape you're in now that you don't want to be in, if you've taken 6 years to get into the shape you're in now, which is not where you want to be, it's not going to take 6 years to get back to where it is, but it's also not going to take 3 weeks. So I would take baby steps, look at small wins, see the improvements that you're getting at the moment, but also refer back to the ebook that came free as part of the 8-week program. If you're not on the 8-week program, then the ebook that I'm talking about is available on my website. It's realresultsforrealpeople.com/ebooks. It's called Your Perfect Diet, Not Diet. In there, it gives you the process to go through in terms of setting your calorie targets, setting your macro targets, and so on. So if you're not seeing the fat loss results as quickly as you would like them to be, then have a look at your adherence. So have you been, does your food diary look like you want it to look like? Or have you eaten some things you probably shouldn't have eaten? That's the first thing to do. The second thing to do is, if your food diary is exactly as you'd like it to be, and you've hit your calorie target every single day, or broadly speaking, on average, you've hit it, and you've hit your protein levels. If you've hit your calorie targets and you've hit your protein levels, and you're still not seeing the results that you want, then maybe for the next couple of weeks, bring it down by another 10%. So bring your calorie target down by another 10%. Hit that calorie target on average over the couple of weeks, and then review it, see where you are, see what your body fat levels are, see what your measurements are, jump on the scales if that's what you want to do, but reassess it in a couple of weeks. And again, if you're not seeing the results that you want, then change something. So bring your calorie target down again, keep your protein levels nice and high, increase the exercise levels that you're doing. So not just formal exercise, such as the program that you're on in terms of the 8-week program of the HIIT workouts that are in their program, but also become more active. So work on your general activity levels, get less sedentary. So get a pedometer, find out how many steps you're doing each day. Walk to work, walk up the stairs, loads of different things you can do to increase the amount of calories you're burning in a day. So I've gone over the 10 minutes that I wanted to do for this, so sorry for that, but hopefully there's answers to specific questions in there, but hopefully the answers to those questions help more than just the people that ask those questions. That's the point of these videos. So I'll do another one of these in a couple of weeks. If you've got any questions that you want me to answer, then drop them in the comments below and I'll incorporate them into the next one. But in the meantime, just stick to what you're doing. It's like, adherence is the biggest determinant factor whether you are successful or not. It's keep doing what you're doing, and stick to, if you're on the 8-week program, get doing all the workouts on there, do the workouts every time there's a workout 5 days a week, and refer back to the ebook if you need to change your calorie targets or your macro targets. So hope that helped. Speak to you all soon.